Iron is a mineral that serves several important functions, its main one being to carry oxygen throughout your body as a part of red blood cells. It's an essential nutrient, meaning you must get it from food. The daily value, DV, is 18 milligrams. Interestingly, the amount of iron your body absorbs is partly based on how much you have stored. A deficiency can occur if your intake is too low to replace the amount you lose every day. Iron deficiency can cause anemia and lead to symptoms like fatigue. Menstruating women who don't consume iron-rich foods are at a particularly high risk of deficiency. Luckily, there are plenty of good food choices to help you meet your daily iron needs. Here are 12 healthy foods that are high in iron. 1. Shellfish. Shellfish is tasty and nutritious. All shellfish is high in iron, but clams, oysters, and mussels are particularly good sources. For instance, a 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, serving of clams may contain up to 3 milligrams of iron, which is 17% of the DV. However, the iron content of clams is highly variable, and some types may contain much lower amounts. The iron in shellfish is heme iron, which your body absorbs more easily than the non-heme iron found in plants. A 3.5-ounce serving of clams also provides 26 grams of protein, 24% of the DV for vitamin C, and a whopping 4,125% of the DV for vitamin B12. In fact, all shellfish is high in nutrients and has been shown to increase the level of heart-healthy HDL cholesterol in your blood. Although there are legitimate concerns about mercury and toxins in certain types of fish and shellfish, the benefits of consuming seafood far outweigh the risks. 2. Spinach. Spinach provides many health benefits but very few calories. About 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, of raw spinach contain 2.7 milligrams of iron, or 15% of the DV. Although this is non-heme iron, which isn't absorbed very well, spinach is also rich in vitamin C. This is important since vitamin C significantly boosts iron absorption. Spinach is also rich in antioxidants called carotenoids, which may reduce your risk of cancer, decrease inflammation, and protect your eyes from disease. Consuming spinach and other leafy greens with fat helps your body absorb the carotenoids, so make sure to eat a healthy fat like olive oil with your spinach. 3. Liver and other organ meats. Organ meats are extremely nutritious. Popular types include liver, kidneys, brain, and heart, all of which are high in iron. For example, a 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, serving of beef liver contains 6.5 milligrams of iron, or 36% of the DV. Organ meats are also high in protein and rich in B vitamins, copper, and selenium. Liver is especially high in vitamin A, providing an impressive 1,049% of the DV per 3.5-ounce serving. What's more, organ meats are among the best sources of choline, an important nutrient for brain and liver health that many people don't get enough of. 4. Legumes. Legumes are loaded with nutrients. Some of the most common types of legumes are beans, lentils, chickpeas, peas, and soybeans. They're a great source of iron, especially for vegetarians. 1 cup, 198 grams, of cooked lentils contains 6.6 milligrams, which is 37% of the DV. Beans like black beans, navy beans, and kidney beans can all help easily bump up your iron intake. In fact, a half cup, 86-gram, serving of cooked black beans provides around 1.8 grams of iron, or 10% of the DV. Legumes are also a good source of folate, magnesium, and potassium. What's more, studies have shown that beans and other legumes can reduce inflammation in people with diabetes. Legumes can also decrease heart disease risk for people with metabolic syndrome. Additionally, legumes may help you lose weight. They're very high in soluble fiber, which can increase feelings of fullness and reduce calorie intake. In one study, a high-fiber diet containing beans was shown to be as effective as a low-carb diet for weight loss. To maximize iron absorption, consume legumes with foods high in vitamin C, such as tomatoes, greens, or citrus fruits. 5. Red meat. Red meat is satisfying and nutritious. A 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, serving of ground beef contains 2.7 mg of iron, which is 15% of the DV. Meat is also rich in protein, zinc, selenium, and several B vitamins. Researchers have suggested that iron deficiency may be less likely in people who eat meat, poultry, and fish on a regular basis. In fact, red meat is probably the single most easily accessible source of heme iron, potentially making it an important food for people who are prone to anemia. In one study looking at changes in iron stores after aerobic exercise, women who consumed meat retained iron better than those who took iron supplements. 6. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a tasty, portable snack. A 1-ounce, 28-gram, serving of pumpkin seeds contains 2.5 mg of iron, which is 14% of the DV. In addition, pumpkin seeds are a good source of vitamin K, zinc, and manganese. They're also among the best sources of magnesium, which many people are low in. A 1-ounce, 28-gram, serving contains 40% of the DV for magnesium, which helps reduce your risk of insulin resistance, diabetes, and depression. 7. Quinoa. Quinoa is a popular grain known as a sourdough cereal. 1 cup, 185 grams, of cooked quinoa provides 2.8 mg of iron, which is 16% of the DV. Furthermore, quinoa contains no gluten, making it a good choice for people with celiac disease or other forms of gluten intolerance. Quinoa is also higher in protein than many other grains, as well as rich in folate, magnesium, copper, manganese, and many other nutrients. In addition, quinoa has more antioxidant activity than many other grains. Antioxidants help protect your cells from damage from free radicals, which are formed during metabolism and in response to stress. 8. Turkey. Turkey meat is a healthy and delicious food. It's also a good source of iron, especially dark turkey meat. A 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, portion of dark turkey meat has 1.4 mg of iron, which is 8% of the DV. In comparison, the same amount of white turkey meat contains only 0.7 mg. Dark turkey meat also packs an impressive 28 grams of protein per serving and several B vitamins and minerals, including 32% of the DV for zinc and 57% of the DV for selenium. Consuming high-protein foods like turkey may aid weight loss, as protein makes you feel full and increases your metabolic rate after a meal. High-protein intake can also help prevent the muscle loss that occurs during weight loss and the aging process. 9. Broccoli. Broccoli is incredibly nutritious. A 1 cup, 156-gram, serving of cooked broccoli contains 1 mg of iron, which is 6% of the DV. What's more, a serving of broccoli also packs 112% of the DV for vitamin C, which helps your body absorb the iron better. The same serving size is also high in folate and provides 5 grams of fiber, as well as some vitamin K. Broccoli is a member of the cruciferous vegetable family, which also includes cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, and cabbage. Cruciferous vegetables contain indole, sulforaphane, and glucosinolates, which are plant compounds believed to protect against cancer. 10. Tofu. Tofu is a soy-based food that's popular among vegetarians and in some Asian countries. A half cup, 126-gram, serving provides 3.4 mg of iron, which is 19% of the DV. Tofu is also a good source of thiamine and several minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and selenium. In addition, it provides 22 grams of protein per serving. tofu contains unique compounds called isoflavones, which have been linked to improved insulin sensitivity, a decreased risk of heart disease, and relief from menopausal symptoms. 11. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is incredibly delicious and nutritious. A 1 ounce, 28 gram, serving contains 3.4 mg of iron, which is 19% of the DV. This small serving also packs 56% and 15% of the DVs for copper and magnesium, respectively. In addition, it contains prebiotic fiber, which nourishes the friendly bacteria in your gut. A study found that cocoa powder and dark chocolate had more antioxidant activity than powders and juices made from acai berries and blueberries. Studies have also shown that chocolate has beneficial effects on cholesterol and may reduce your risk of heart attacks and strokes. However, not all chocolate is created equal. It's believed that compounds called flavanols are responsible for chocolate's benefits, and the flavanol content of dark chocolate is much higher than that of milk chocolate. Therefore, it's best to consume chocolate with a minimum of 70% cocoa to get the maximum benefits. 12. Fish. Fish is a highly nutritious ingredient, and certain varieties like tuna are especially high in iron. In fact, a 3-ounce, 85-gram, serving of canned tuna contains about 1.4 mg of iron, which is approximately 8% of the DV. Fish is also brimming with omega-3 fatty acids, which are a type of heart-healthy fat associated with a number of health benefits. In particular, omega-3 fatty acids have been shown to promote brain health, enhance immune function, and support healthy growth and development. Fish also contains several other essential nutrients, including niacin, selenium, and vitamin B12. Besides tuna, haddock, mackerel, and sardines are a few other examples of iron-rich fish that you can also include in your diet.